I mean, that's where it starts.
Sure.
And he hits a big home run, ties the game. Hey, look, I'm all about winning, man, and whatever it takes to win. And if the umpires want to make a mistake and you want to put them in a position to make a call, and they want to screw it up, then fine with me. And I don't care what anybody said after the game or any of that stuff. The Mets won the game. That's all that matters. And the other thing that came out of this game is that Taijuan Walker may just be the Taijuan Walker that was drafted. You never
Great
know.
start for him.
So it was a great start. He said his arm felt great. He looked great. He got through 4 innings, basically unscathed. Got through 6, or got to 6. Gave up a couple hits. But, hey, look, they had to win the game, man. I don't care. And I'm sure that Don Mattingly and the Marlins are all ticked off.
And they should be. That's fine.
I would be if I were on the other side of it. I listen, if you and I were on the other side of this,
we'd be mad.
We'd be screaming and yelling about it. But I don't know. It's sports. There are mistakes that are going to happen. But here's why this mistake happened is because the idiotic replay rules for baseball.
Yep.
Everybody knew what happened. Everybody saw it. The one thing you can't judge is intent of a player. I don't know what the intent. I think we all know what the intent was of Michael Conforto, but we can't say that we know it for sure. So when they look at the replay and everything, they can say that he got hit, but they can't say, oh, he leaned in to get hit because that's what his intention was.
Right, which is a dumb part of the replay. So it's up to the home plate umpire in that very moment to make that call or not. And he didn't, and then they went back to see on replay if he was hit, and that's all they could do. But, really that probably is going to have to be changed where you go back and see it in slow motion, and then you can judge the intent a little bit more, just like the Mets broadcast was. I mean, Gary, Keith, and Ron, when it first happened, Gary's excited about, it hit him, and the Mets are going to win the ball game. And then they look at it, and when they see the slow motion of Conforto putting the elbow out just a little bit, they're up in arms. And Keith going, you can't do that. You can't do that. They're going to have to overturn it. And, of course, they did not.
But here's the thing. When you watch it in real time, I don't think he tried to get hit. I don't know.
I think he did. And you know what? I'm fine with saying I think he did, and I don't have an issue with it.
When you slow it down, you have a whole different perspective. When it's sped up at normal time, it looks like he may be leaning it to hit it.
But Boomer, it's a strike.
It's a strike. I understand it.
It's a strike. If it's a strike, you've got to lean in a little bit.
I also feel like it's a strike because it did graze him and it pushed it further into the middle of the plate. I don't know. So, there's 162 damn games.
And the Mets are going to get effed every which way during that time. So you take the ones that you're on the right side of. That's the way I look at it.
I will say, I'll be honest that if I were on the other side of this and this happened for the Marlins and we lost the game, I'd be pissed.
Of course.
We won the game, and somewhere along the line we'll get screwed. We'll lose a game somewhere because of bad luck or bad umpiring or whatever. Major League Baseball could have cleaned this up, and they could have, if they would have called that a strike yesterday, I don't think anybody would have had a problem with it.
Yeah. Now, did you have a problem with the fact that Conforto's thinking about that in that situation?
That bothers me because I want him to think that he can get a hit there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's scuffling a little bit. He's all right. I mean,
sure.
Look,
that to me is like, that's even smarter because he knows he's scuffling a little bit. He knows this is a critical part in the game and he can win the game. And he's thinking, hey, if you're going to come in that close to me and I'm right here, I can win the game by just doing this. I don't need to get a hit when I'm in a slump.
Yeah, I was conflicted when it happened. It didn't feel like a real win. I can't explain it to you.
Well, the whole thing was weird because it's a walk-off, and then they're celebrating, and then you have to wait. And then if you're watching the game, you weren't at the game like we were watching the game, and then you got your own broadcasters that are just not happy with the situation.
I think Keith Hernandez said what it was.
He did.
And I give him a lot of credit for it. He didn't have to say that. He didn't have to point that out. But, oh man, it didn't feel fulfilling.
Yeah.
No, I wanted like a 5-1 win. Taijuan Walker goes solid 6 innings.
Well, think about that McNeil home run, though.
The bullpen actually shut everybody down. I do think about the McNeil home run is fulfilling.
Yeah, that was
great. And it was a great moment.
Mm-hmm.
But then to have it to end like this just kind of felt a little bit hollow. Little bit.
Sure.
Not a lot, just a little bit.
Well, there's some people, I'm sure, that don't care at all. There's others that might have had their opening day ruined by it because it didn't feel right. But I don't know. When you are a fan base, isn't there a Mets book out right now that I would never read because these sports books are just out of control? But there's a Mets book out
Mike
right
Puma.
No, not that one.
Oh.
That's There's some other guy wrote like a million ways to lose or something.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And it's all about these Met losses and these horrible losses.
Why do I want to read that?
I don't know. It's stained in my memory already. I don't want to go back and live through that stuff. But someone wrote a book about all the ways the Mets have lost games in heartbreaking fashion. And there's a whole history of it in the franchise. So this time, you were on the other end of it. And you can accept the fact that Michael Conforto tried to cheat a little bit by doing that. You can accept the fact that it is a terrible rule that you can't go back and review the intent, and maybe they fix that, but also accept the fact that they won on opening day, and that's all you wanted when the day started was for them to win on opening day, and you got exactly that. And you also had your exciting moment in the ninth with the Jeff McNeil home run to lead off the inning, which tied the game, and I mean, that was about as cool as it gets.
Yeah, well, it was a frustrating game offensively, for sure.
Yeah.
But again, Taijuan Walker was great, so give him and give Sandy a pat on the back, at least for his first outing. Let's see how it goes for the rest of the year. But he's off to a good start. For the most part, 3 of the 4 starting pitchers for the Mets did their job.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a Peterson start, of course. He was just getting tattooed all over the place. But outside of that, it's been good. Now, I wonder... Do you smell retaliation in the air?
Well, retaliation for what? I mean,
do you smell retaliation in the
air? Can you fix this? Get this computer up and running, please.
Oh, jeez. Still.
So yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what happened.
You can't log in now.
Yeah, I can't log in.
What if you go to? Do you have a password? Do you have a login for your computer? When you go to your office, is there a login?
There is, but it's not connected to this.
Oh, okay. That's a totally different system.
Yeah, I don't know what Al's doing here. Well, do you know your name? I mean, do you have your? No, it just goes into the. So it's a user, but I don't know who the user is.
The user could be whoever you want. What it says, other user down there, right?
Yeah, it does the same thing.
So
put your username in.
All right, I'll put your username in there.
Put my username in.
I'll put your username in there.
You know what?
Put your username.
That is, Al's got a good point. That computer is polluted. That computer is infected, and you put your username in there, especially with some of the stuff.
But why? I mean, why is this different today than the
because nobody's tried to fix it
that we've been here?
Yeah,
well, I saw emails flying around though.
Oh, about this?
But I have not ever seen this computer screen in my life, and I don't know why. So that means somebody messed with it or did something different, and now they think that when I sit here, I put my username and password in when I don't. You
want me to put mine in? I don't care.
Sure.
I'm already compromised.
You could do that in the break.
I'm already compromised.
You could do that in the break. I'm not very happy. My hockey team last night showed its inconsistency once again. Probably going to be sellers at the trade deadline. If I were them, I would be. They're not going to catch the Bruins. It doesn't look like. The Bruins won last night, beat the Capitals. Islanders are now alone in first place as they won a game last night that went into overtime and then went into a shootout. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Islanders are winning, man. They're all in, and Palmieri and Zacha are gonna, Zajac. I keep saying Zacha. I don't know why I keep saying that.
Well,
but anyway.
It's a couple of Z names, and you're probably getting confused. That's probably where it comes from.
So they are they're in first place and they're going for it. So good luck to them. And my team just woefully inconsistent. And the effing Kreiders are back again.
Yeah, I know. I was a little bit worried about you this morning. I'm glad that the Conforto thing didn't get you down. I knew that the Ranger situation would, but
talented young players,
you'll wash
ways
it off.
Away, and the top 6 are good when they're on the power play. They're not so good when they're on 5-on-5, especially when they're playing good defensive teams. And I told you, we're the best of the worst because we're young and we're still inexperienced in so many different areas. And love Chris Kreider. Think he's a terrific player and everything, but we're in the middle of the effing Kreiders again.
Yeah. Well,
so, and that he has to be the lead guy. He's got to be the guy that changes the pace of play. He's got to be the guy that retrieves the puck. He's not look. We missed 2 open nets last night. Hit a post. We had a penalty shot with Chris Kreider, who can never bury a penalty shot, unless of course it's maybe what they should do with him. They should allow him, just for him, to stand in front of the goalie on a penalty shot and have somebody take a slap shot from the red line to see if he can deflect it in. Because there's no way he can actually score on a breakaway or on a penalty shot. It's just mind-numbing. Yeah. It's mind-numbing that a guy that fast, that big, can't actually hold on to the puck and finish in those situations, which he never has.
Yeah.
He's never has. So so a little frustrated. I'm a little down about it, but you know what? It's Friday. I'm not going to let
Friday.
it. Well, we want it to be a feel good.
It's
Friday.
going to be. We have decided. Don't you remember? We decided, regardless of circumstance, and there could be some extreme ones that maybe I'll have to backtrack on these.
Airbags went off and everything else. The car was totaled. But if he were in a sedan, we'd be at a headless funeral. Yeah. So
regardless of circumstance,
I am going to try to fight through this today.
Good.
It's going to take me a little bit to get going. Once we get our coffee and everything else, and I get my pumpkin bread, we'll be fine.
Your pumpkin bread,
right? Because I'm just.
Is that what you get every morning? Then?
Well, mix it up a little bit.
Yeah,
mix it up a little bit.
All right. You know what? I need a scone or something today. I think. Can you get me a scone, please? Can I have a scone, a little pumpkin bread? I'll pay for it.
No, it's all right. You can have a scone.
All right, thanks, man.
Move go okay yesterday?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, the move was a couple days ago. Yesterday,
but now you're finalizing things. You're moving things around. You're getting things, bags unpacked, packages unpacked.
It takes a long time. It does. And you know what I did yesterday? I had too many people show up at the house at the same time. I didn't plan that out properly.
That's not good because now you have a fractured sense of focus on each one.
Yeah, it was a cavalcade. But then, we divided and conquered, though. So I said, Gina, you here, you handle that. I'm here, I handle that. And that's where the trust comes in, that we're not going to do something.
And what was Sabrina doing?
Sabrina was tagging along. She was actually up with my dad in her room as he was doing some stuff up there, helping us out. So, yeah, no, I mean, she was all over the place. I mean, she's just... She now owns that house. She walks. She's 3 years old, so she can move around and go around as she pleases, as long as she doesn't get out into the street.
Right. Yes.
We're okay. We have an eye on her. It's not. We're not the helicopter parents, if you will. She can do what she wants.
Are the dogs okay?
So we took the Romeo to the vet, and
now what?
Well, just to see, because it got a little worse for him
psychologically.
Well, with the whole stomach thing.
Oh.
Because, we were talking about how the psychological is affecting their stomachs somehow because we haven't changed their food or anything.
Right.
So he's been passing gas and sort of had some stool issues. So
did you have to cut the poop out of the hair?
I didn't. They actually did handle that.
They handled that.
They handled that yesterday.
That is good. You take them to the vet. That's the least they can do for you.
My wife and mother-in-law handled the cut and the poop.
Oh, they did.
They handled.
They must have heard us talking about it yesterday.
Maybe not. I don't know because they're sort of out of it in the mornings these days. That's why I feel like I could say anything and they're not going to hear it.
Okay.
Which is great. For these 4 hours, I could say just about anything.
And Al Whimsy doing okay?
Yeah, she's doing all right. She is feeling a little lonely throughout the day, but she's doing all right.
Now, what time did you get home yesterday?
About noon.
About noon. So she's left alone almost 9 hours, is it?
Well, someone, either Gina most days or a dog walker will come in around 8 o'clock.
But what I'm saying to you and what other people out there who are listening who had been quarantined for a long time with their pets, you're kind of going through that right now.
Yes, I am.
So Whimsy essentially, goes without you for about 9 hours. Could you get up? What time do you get up?
2.
So you get up at 2, you take her out for a walk around?
Yeah, I leave around 3-ish.
So you take her for a walk around 2:30 or whatever?
Yes.
So then you will not see her again for almost 9.5 hours.
9 hours.
That's got to be tough on her.
It's tough.
But how about when you came home? Was she happy to see you?
Very happy.
Did she give you big smooches and stuff?
Yeah, she yelps when she gets happy.
Okay, great.
So she's yelping when you walk in the door.
Yelping, yeah.
Can you imitate that yelp?
Yes, I can. She goes like this.
Oh, really? Almost wolf-like.
Almost. It's almost like a cry, wolf-like happipiness.
So happy to see you.
Yes.
That's great.
Wow. So you get home, you get settled, then what?
Then I have to walk her, yeah.
And then she's out there and she's having a good time, tail is wagging, the whole thing. See?
That's great. Look at this.
But this is what your animals are going through now.
Yeah. No, I know. It's tough.
But at least your animals still have Gina and Sabrina and your mother-in-law running around, and your father and mom running around. I mean, it's like everybody's running around your house now.
They are, and it's just the surroundings that are different.
Yeah.
I think Ella got used to it quick. Once she noticed, hey, this is my same bed, this is the same couch, whatever. Romeo's still taking it hard. But they're older now. You know, that's the thing.
Yeah, older people don't like to move.
Yeah, you get
And older
cantankerous.
dogs, yeah, the whole
right, they're
thing.
just like, what are you doing to me? Enough of this crap.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the red bell so you're notified when we have new content.